For more, let's bring in our senior diplomatic correspondent, Nina Lawson, joining us from Washington. And Nina, strong reaction already from the Palestinians to this. What are they saying?
Well, here in Washington earlier, we actually heard from the Palestinians' ambassador to the United States, Michelle. He had some pretty strong words, but he also outlined Palestinians' next steps for the first time.
Jerusalem is off the table, he says. Well, we want to tell him, President Trump, you did not take Jerusalem off the table, you took the table altogether.
The PLO's man in Washington, Husam Zomlot, PhD, London and Harvard educated, media savvy, and a man with a message. Today giving the PLO perspective of the run-up to the promised ultimate deal.
The visit happened on the 3rd of May 2015, and I am not going to quote what happened in that visit, but it was absolutely a success in every sense.
And how it all ended on December 6th.
To recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital city.
Zomlot was adamant the Palestinians were fully engaged until Jerusalem.
Netanyahu knows that Jerusalem is the heart of the two-state solution.
They can no longer work with Netanyahu's coalition and says the Palestinians will no longer play the underdog.
Let me say this to President Trump and to the administration. Our rights are not for sale.
I pressed Zomlot on his new strategy. Can I ask you what role you hope that the United Nations might play in your bid for statehood? There are some media reports at the moment that the Arab League is considering presenting a resolution either to the Security Council or to the wider General Assembly that would declare a Palestinian state with East Jerusalem as its capital.
Our first stop is to start where we should always start. The United Nations Security Council was established with one mandate, to look into issues like ours. That's the mandate. And to sustain international peace and security. We will knock the legitimate door.
But where does this leave the United States?
We would like to bring both sides to the table to have conversations about that, and we're optimistic about it going forward in the future.
And how realistic is a statehood bid at the United Nations with US veto power?
Given all of the other options that have failed, it is a step in the right direction. And if the international community comes behind it, I think the United States is not just going to veto it, because in effect we do support a two-state solution there.
A new reality has prompted a new strategy, one the PLO says will and should take time. Well, there you have it, Michelle. The new Palestinian strategy is really to bypass the United States and go straight to the United Nations for their cause. We can expect this to happen after the next Arab League meeting next week.
All right, Nina, thank you so much, Nina Lawson.